Hi, this is the WayOut series. It is a collection of testimonies and revelations that can help you in your own healing journey. This is an online training on renewing your mind, inner healing, based on the way that's already behind me. This is not a few-step program. It is an encouragement and tools from someone on the way out to others on the way out. I believe that what meant a turning point for me will become yours as well. Have a great way out. Hi, this is the 14th session of the WayOut series, which is the last session. I have waited for the very end of this series to shoot this last part, because I wanted to see all your reactions to it, all your feedback, and I just wanted to know how it is getting across, and how well I could, like, how much I could articulate what I wanted to say, because it's only you guys who can actually tell me whether whether it is understandable. So I wanted to react to your reactions in this last video. And I cannot really express the importance of how much inner healing is not about inner healing, but about what Jesus has done on the cross. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. I know I always talk about that, but I always feel like I haven't talked about that enough. But before we jump into that, I want to tell you that I want to make a short video of all the testimonies and feedbacks from the listeners and the viewers, and I will collect these testimonies, and you can send me short videos or messages of your experience with your inner healing journey and with the WayOut series. And you can send me to my email address or to this link in the description. And you can write to me whether you only send it to me, because it's okay if you you just want to send me a message and you don't want me to publish it or post it anywhere. I'm thankful for that kind of feedback as well. But if you allow me, I will post it so that it can encourage others. Many people who struggle with mental illness find it very encouraging to see that there are other people coming from the same hard situation and start to experience freedom, and they can see that they are not alone. They can see that there's freedom from those issues. So it can be a turning point for someone struggling if you share your testimony. So if you feel like it, or if you feel like any prompting, I would love to read or hear your testimony. And if I receive a lot of videos, I will edit a video from them, and I will publish it a month later or something. And yes, it's okay to send me videos in English. It's absolutely okay. We will also include the English ones in this edition. So it will be very encouraging for me to see all the fruits of this way out, and what God has done in you while watching it. But I'm sure that there will be some other people on their way out who will be really much impacted by the testimonies of others. So that's all about the videos. Now I'm gonna jump into the main topic of this video, which is the gospel. Sometimes we think about the gospel as something that is about like heaven and hell and sin and holiness and free ticket to heaven and freedom from shame and guilt. And it's all true, but many times we like cut our inner healing and emotional well-being from the gospel. Like, yes, the gospel is good for my sins and all my mental issues. This is something I have to go through, I have to struggle with, I have to clean up that mess. And we kind of set it apart, and we are not right about it. Like, the gospel is true, and the most true about our struggles and about the issues we face. And the "it is finished" proclamation of Jesus is not just about your sins, but about all the trauma and all the burdens and lies and hurts that you've ever experienced. I remember I was having quite a few like great experiences with God, which were about like discovering my freedom, and when God showed me that, you know, you're free not to be determined by a past hurt, and you can act free and things like that. And every time I had a great experience during worship or my silent time with God, I was like, okay, I have one lie less in my head, and how long this gonna take? Like, the more healing I experience, the more I realized how complex I am, and how much lies I have in my head. Like, every time I had like this kind of breakdown that, okay, I have even a bigger problem than I thought I have. Like, I'm really a mess. And it was like I became more and more aware of like how long my healing would take. Like, if I need a great experience to get rid of every lie, then I will be free like after the millennium reign or something. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but there has to be something better than this. Like, it's so slow, and it is sad that I had been restored by Jesus. Then why do I have to like walk through all these things? Like, there has to be something better than an endless season of trying to inner heal myself. And I need to know that those experiences of of my inner healing journey were absolutely true and from God. Like, He was the one who gave me those experiences, because in those experiences I became more open to realize the truth, and He wanted me to like experience this these new realms of freedom, and it was a great thing. And I think it was from the heart of God to give me this event like things where I could like discover more of my freedom. But there was a point when I was like really learning the gospel and learning how much Jesus has finished this whole thing, and He has done it all, and my whole old nature had died with Him and all of that. So when I was discovering this, it just hit me that if I am dead, if all my whole old nature is that not just my sins and guilt and shame, but also my pains and past stories and hurts, if all of that have died with Christ, then I am free. And then I am free from even the things I haven't experienced the freedom from. Like, I can act healthy in situations I have never experienced health before, even in areas where I have no deliverance moment or event, where I have never experienced any sense of freedom. Even in those issues and in those situations, I can act free exclusively because of what Jesus has done. Maybe I'm not really good at articulating what I'm trying to say, but there is a huge difference. First, I felt like, okay, I have this issue of like rejection, because I was like very much rejected in kindergarten. No one played with me, and I was a lonely kid, and this is why I tend to be afraid of people and tend to flee from the company of others, and I can only have my freedom if I have a great like moment in worship or in my private time with Jesus, when He comes close and when He gives me a picture and makes me realize that He was there and then wasn't alone, and I can be free of that, and He's able to heal me, and He loves that, even that hurt part of me. And if I have this like experience of letting go of this pain, letting go of this lie, then I can be free of it. And many times it happens so, and it was good and from God, but Holy Spirit convinced me that this is not the way to freedom. It can help, and it can be a tool to discover what you already have, but the freedom exists because Jesus has paid it all, not because of my experience or event of deliverance. And I don't know how to say it, but I realized that all of the hurt me, all the package of lies and memories and trauma and pain had been done away with, had been destroyed, eliminated by the death of Jesus. And even if I don't have a freedom moment, a deliverance event from a particular pain or lie, I can act free from them, exclusively relying on what Jesus has done on the cross. So the next time someone calls me to hang out with them and I really feel like reacting from the place of rejection, oh, I haven't been healed from that, maybe it takes like 2 more decades to get healed of this, I'm gonna stay at home, I would be rejected anyway. I can delay my freedom in that way, or I can say that, okay, I haven't experienced freedom from this. I didn't even have a great even when God convinces me of my freedom. But just because Jesus said I don't have that hurt anymore, I can act like someone who doesn't have that hurt anymore. And what would the completely healthy and restored me do? She would probably go to this party, enjoy herself, hang out with friends, and enjoy her real self, enjoy herself that has never been twisted by rejection. Okay, if the healthy me would do that, I am that healthy me, so I'm gonna do that. And I just started to act free in areas I have never experienced a healing event. Just because what Jesus has done is enough for that. And John Crowder usually says this easy instant soul purge expression, and it's so funny. I really like it, because there was this point when I realized like everything about my inner healing had been done, and I can act like it. I don't have to wait, not for even a change in my mind about it. I can just do it without anything, like any experience, any reassurance, any feeling. It sounds a bit like cold and rigid, but sometimes I do that. Everything shouts against it, and I just do it just because I know that this freedom is part of the real me, the original me. I had a little bit of like tension about making this WayOut series, because I was like, oh, people have so many concepts of what inner healing means. And many times it means like you try to help yourself and you try to pull yourself out of the mud by your hair. And I don't believe that. Many times inner healings means that you try to be freer than you are. You try to convince God to set you free. You try to gain a level of restoration you don't already have, and you put effort into it, and you go to different classes and courses, and you hope that this gift of freedom somewhere hits you, or God will be sometime convinced that he should help you about your mental issues. And in that perception of inner healing is something I don't believe in at all. So if this is inner healing, I don't believe it, and I don't want to do it. The only way I believe in inner healing is that when you realize what you are and who you are originally, and what and who you had been restored to in Jesus. If the inner healing is the discovery of what the gospel means to your mental health, then I believe in inner healing. If it's an endless climbing up the hill, endless trying to make your healing happen, I don't believe it, and I don't want to do it, because it denies what Jesus has done. Jesus has completed you. He said it is finished. You had been done there. Like you are, you had been made perfect at this point, and there is nothing you can add to it. You cannot gain more freedom. You cannot get to the level of more health. Nothing. You can only realize the freedom you have. You can only discover the mental health that is yours in Jesus. So if it's a discovery and realization and enjoyment of what we have in Jesus, then I believe in inner healing. And this is why I've done WayOut, is that people might realize that this gospel has a very relevant implementation and a very relevant aspect to your mental health as well. And all those little practices and exercises we do in every set are only to help your realization of the freedom you already have. I don't believe that you get any more freedom or deliverance when we do those exercises. You only become open to realize your gift of freedom as part of your salvation. And I refuse to think about inner healing as something that is an aim in itself. The purpose of inner healing is inner healing. Many inner healers act like that, like this is the way you go. No, we are transformed from glory to glory when we behold His glory. And when we behold ourselves and we behold our like inner healing journey, we can't get transformed from glory to glory, because we are not looking at Him, we are looking at us and at our mental state. And that's why inner healing in a self-help way is not effective. Many times I meet people who are like in their inner healing like journey for like the last few decades, and they try to inner heal themselves and they go to different courses, and they still suck. They are still not okay. And I'm not saying that, you know, there is an expectation like you need to be healed by this date. But all I'm saying, if it's not working, probably you shouldn't continue doing it. So I'm so sorry for those people. And I have been one of them, when I felt like another inner healing thing and another healing and another experience. And there is still like billions of lies left in my brain. All of them will be done away with a new experience. It would take a long time. And that's when Jesus said that no, this is something like a tool. I can use that. It can help you to realize your freedom. Like, you have a great experience in worship, you have a vision, you are more open to realize the freedom you already have in me. But this is not the point when you are delivered or you get healed. It is only the moment of realization. And there is this idea of inner healing, is that this is the journey where you get your freedom. And what I'm saying is that this is not the journey where you get anything. You won't be delivered or set free by watching WayOut. You might have great experience, but this experience is nothing more than you finally seeing the truth that has been true before that. You can only realize what has been there before. So you are completely free and restored and healthy in Jesus. And maybe you do an exercise in WayOut and you finally realize it. And then you have a great sense of freedom. But it's not because your deliverance happens in this experience. It's only that you become open to see this reality. You become open to sense what is true. So there's this concept of inner healing where you are aiming at inner healing. You're getting there. You are reaching the level of freedom. You are climbing up the hill. You are getting from A to B. And this is the kind of inner healing I don't believe in. There will be no deliverance or healing or new level happening to you objectively. You will only become more aware of your already existing freedom subjectively. So the objective truth is that you are perfectly restored in Jesus thanks to what He has done. And some little exercises, some teachings can help you realize this. And probably this realization will make you feel things and experience things. I don't deny that. But the change only happens in your mind then. It's not like this is when the deliverance happens. No, this is only your realization of the deliverance that happens. And of course, you can have the same experience, like going into worship. God just shows you that you don't have to believe that certain lie, and you experience this great freedom and see this nice vision or whatever, and you have this great event, after which it is easier to walk in freedom in a certain area. I experience His acceptance, and then it's easier for me to not have this rejection kind of thinking pattern. And it's great, but the change wasn't that I had been set free. The change was that I had realized how free I actually am. And this is a huge difference. Maybe it doesn't look like that, but it is a huge difference, and I can't even like articulate how much these two are not the same. If health and freedom is something you need to get and you need to gain, how long it's gonna take you, and when will it happen? When will be God convinced to help you in that? Do you need to wait another decade so that you might have a nice feeling in worship when you realize that, okay, you might not need to feel rejected all the time you meet someone? And if you really want an experience, probably God will give you one. But we are very complex. Our souls and spirits or whatever is so, it's so interrelated. Like when you like observe and analyze the human body, the smaller part you look at, the more complex it is. Like when you look at the cell or just a little part of a cell, you realize like, okay, this is way more complex than we thought. And this is the same with your soul. You start to like analyze a certain part of your soul and you realize like, okay, I'm way more complex than I thought to be. And this is why it's good to like be settled with the gospel and settled with Jesus, because if you try to like have an insight into your whole mental mess, you can go down the spiral of analyzing yourself, and you can actually make yourself more bounded, more in bondage of lies, just by analyzing yourself, because then you see like, oh, then I feel rejected because of what happened when I was 4 years old, and I don't know when I'm gonna get healed of that, and then you make yourself in this make yourself just a part of a very complex, large machinery of inner healing, and there's no end to it, basically, because there is always something new that you discover. And of course, we are so far away from what God has designed us to be that it is quite easy to find something that is not compatible with what we are designed to be. So if you want to look for like brokenness, it's not that hard to find it. This is why we should just behold Jesus and be transformed from glory to glory, and we should just stop beholding ourselves and our mental issues, because then we will be transformed by our mental issues, and we will look like our inner healing journey and not like Jesus. So our goal is not inner healing. Our goal is Jesus. And as we are looking at him and at what he has done and what he has made us to be, the transformation happens automatically and without an effort. And yes, there will be a huge shift in your way of living and thinking and acting. But this kind of inner healing, it happens automatically and not it is not the result of your effort and trying to climb up or trying to convince God to heal you. It just happens because you rely on the truth of what had been done on the cross. And it's quite easy. So I still have those moments when God gives me this like even kind of deliverance or inner healing session, you know, that kind of thing we do in the exercises. When I have this vision kind of thing, and then he makes me realize a certain area in my life to be free. And it's a great thing, but he always reminds me that this is a great experience, but I only made it happen so that you know how free you are. This wasn't the moment when I made you free. This is the moment I made you realize how free you are. And this is a huge difference. We are only unpacking a gift that is already ours. We are not trying to get this gift or earn this gift or make God give us this gift. We have this gift and we just unwrap it. We just start to enjoy it. We just we are just happy that it is really ours, and we try all the functions of this new game, and we discover every aspect of it. And yes, there is this rich aunt whose mansion we have inherited, and yes, we have the documents that it's in our ownership, but we shouldn't be just okay having the documents like, oh, okay, this mansion is mine. I think it's great to move in and know all the rooms of these mansions and have a great party there and have a great time there and live there and use all the functions of this mansion. And this is the kind of inner healing journey I believe in. You had been given a perfect freedom and mental health, and it's yours in Jesus. But since it's yours, you might even discover it and enjoy it. And this is the kind of inner healing I believe in, this discovery of the reality of the gospel. I might give you some exercises as well that hadn't been included in the previous videos. I'm so thankful for joining me on this WayOut series. I really love your feedbacks. And as I said in the beginning of the video, you can send me short feedback and testimony videos, very simple, made by phone, to this link in the description or to this email address. And you can write me whether you want it to be published or not. You can send it exclusively to me to read or listen to. But if you allow me, I will make a video out of those feedbacks. I'm very excited for you and what is going on with you, and I know that God will lead you through this discovery of what the gospel means in your mental health as well. And I know it's gonna be good, and I know what He has done for me, He will do to you, and He will reveal Himself to you. God bless you guys. I'm very thankful for you and for your participation. All the best. Have a great way out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was a blessing for you. This course is completely free of charge. However, the production and editing has a cost, and I wanted to produce this series in the best possible quality and make it available to everyone absolutely free on YouTube. So if you feel led to, please contribute with any amount to the production costs. All the donation options and the payment methods are available in the description.